My name is Enzo Surin. I am a Haitian-born poet and social advocate. It is a pleasure to be a part of this year's Bridgewater International Poetry Festival and to get a chance to share the stage with so many wonderful poets from around the globe. I'll be reading 3 poems to you from my debut collection, When My Body Was a Clenched Fist, currently out from Black Lawrence Press. And the poems I'll be reading to you have to do with what it's like to feel stuck. The whole collection deals with manifestation of trauma in a young boy's body, but in general, how do you deal with trauma, excuse me. And we find ourselves in a very tough set of times these days, and so as people feel stuck. And so I figure I'd read some poems of what it's like to feel stuck and possibly how to get unstuck as well. The first poem is titled Damnified Field Theory. Don't paint yourself into a corner would imply one has a choice. A say in the selection, the brush, paint in the room, corners to edge one's body's sharp elbows and knees into. A choice is not a choice if one does not have a say in the options. If we did, we would be gods. But no matter, ardent vow or ache for calling one another God, we were not. What we were taught, it was wrong. I recall playmates who made a corner their epistle and grappled with knowledge of survival not being in the strength of an arm or in the thickness of clothes, but in how often one succumbed to the ruse of believing heaven was too far up and out of reach, that one did not deserve it. We were taught all corners were bad places where idle things collected dust, yet New York City was filled with so many such rooms. Could it be our demise was planned, and choices we made, not choices but decisions, and selections made were a consequence of not being ones to father options? A room with such corners isn't a city, isn't a choice, when all signs point to hell, just a few blocks away in every direction. This next poem is a poem titled A Long-Awaited Answer to a Long and Painful Fight. And it has to do with looking back on time and trying to figure out what happened to some of your friends. Some nights I find myself Googling for obituaries of friends estranged, missing or gone. Afraid of what I might find, I am cautious with signs of life, accomplishments, job promotions, Facebook statuses. Maybe a throwback Thursday pic would reveal they're still pushing breaths and not what we feared those years back on Hillside Avenue in Queens. How easily a breeze on back of a fresh Caesar resembled a girl's breath or a sneak attack. In a world of Decepticons and nasty criminals, same longing that brought us together kept us vigilant, always an eye out for a switch and stance. With one's back to the world, it meant someone had to watch it. Too many dubbed last seen, the fight within as deadly as ones in the street. When I click on a photo with a familiar name, speculating body mass index and age progression, I am relieved to find the overweight white real estate broker from Florida, or the middle-aged elementary school teacher from Pennsylvania with the out-of-time headshot. It means some may still be suspended in the vortex of moist breaths in a pair of hands, back when rumors of our early demise doled out a turbulent truth. And this last poem is a poem titled Up Against the Wall, 94, and it deals with police brutality and also harassment. And it deals with, it chronicles my first experience with the police in New York City, and one of many experiences, and the poem addresses what it's like to feel harassed. Years gone by and don't give them a reason is all that you can say. Still, words don't come easy. When the interrogation lasts longer than the actual minute it should take for hands to make their way around and down your chest. When the weight of both penis and pistol pushed against your back distracts you from the other pair of hands between your thighs and hot breaths so close you could feel moisture dewing on your cheeks. And you can make out both what they had for lunch and the tang of aged urine sweat on the wall. When you can't see but feel eyes clocking your arraignment, and the city behind you feels like a gone world, and your weeping becomes a dreary lake in a valley of pimples. When you know looking like someone who fits the description is another way of saying they can do this and there is nothing you can do about it. And when an ingram of an apology fails to greet you after, not the first nor the second time, nor the third, you know the person who fits the description will always be you. Thank you again. And I hope you guys are staying safe out there. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.